elastic that wouldn't behave, a neckline that didn't turn out the way I planned, and an abandoned whip finally crossed off my list. This is what a real week of sewing looks like. Hi there, I'm Heather. This week I gave myself a 7-day wardrobe sewing sprint in honor of kicking off my 90-day challenge to myself to sew a wardrobe in that amount of time before my 50th birthday. I've been thinking about this for a long time, and so finally actually kicking off this series has really inspired me to just get going. One of the restrictions I put on myself was to actually sew from my stash. Another was to sew from things I've already been working on in the past that are just sitting there as whips or works in progress. I tackled a new project, the Seamwork Rosa dress, which you're getting a little sneak peek here. And I learned a few things about sewing that I hadn't really thought about before along the way in my process of making that dress. Here's how week 2 of my 90-day wardrobe challenge went. So the pattern I sewed this week is the Seamwork Rosa dress. It's described as stylish and a great skill-building project for beginners and beyond. It's a pullover style, no zippers, no buttons, a V neckline, short cut-on sleeves, and elastic casings at both the high bust and waist. Those elastic channels give it gentle shaping and make it comfortable to wear. The A-line skirt falls below the knee. It has inseam pockets, and overall, it's meant to be one of those easy to sew, easy to wear pieces. But let's just say I quickly learned that beginner might be stretching it. I sewed a size 10 for both versions using only fabric from my stash. For my test garment, I used a gingham cotton. I only had about 2 yards, maybe a little more than that, so not a lot to work with. I was hoping it would be a wearable muslin, but secretly I wanted to be able to use it as my final. Anywho, I messed up when cutting the fabric with the projector. Just like in my Kickoff video, this time I accidentally cut the wrong size skirt. This one turned out to be 8 inches smaller, so 4 inches smaller per piece than it should have been. Since I didn't have enough fabric to recut, I gathered it to fit the bodice. It works for testing, but it's definitely a little wonky. And I kind of sat there for a bit thinking, could I insert some other fabric on the sides or something to make it look okay? And I just didn't. I just worked with what I had. I also cut the waist elastic at 31 inches instead of the 30.5 that is suggested or written in the instructions. And I did that just to give myself a little extra room at the waist. My waist measurement was a little bit bigger than what it said for that size in the instructions. The bodice has a lot of ease. The instructions actually say that. I really should have done a small bust adjustment, as I should with pretty much all patterns. I am an A-cup. But I skipped it. Since the Rosa is meant to be relaxed, I figured the extra room was fine. And now the V-neck. Total fail. It looked awful. And the elastic, super annoying. The safety pin kept snapping off inside the channel. After way too many tries, I finally wrapped painter's tape around the pin, and that fixed it. And I actually have been thinking this is a good way to insert elastic in the future. Honestly, I think this pattern is more of an advanced beginner or intermediate level than beginner, as stated on their website. For the final version, I used this pink eyelet. Super cute. So making the muslin first helped so much. The second time around, it felt really straightforward and like a beginner pattern. I underlined the bodice with a light pink lining. On camera, it looks almost white. I also had hot pink lining in my stash, and now I think that might have been a bolder choice. I may even unpick the underlining and make a full slip with the darker pink if I have enough fabric. This time, I stay-stitched the back yoke from the center out instead of side to side to avoid stretching. I also hand-basted the front bodice to help with pattern matching. It's still not perfect, but definitely better. Pattern matching is a skill I'd really like to improve. For the yoke elastic, I shortened each piece from 6 3/4 down to 6 inches. That gave more gathering in that area, which I prefer for the look. You could also skip the elastic and just gather the section instead. And here's the final Rosa dress. It's romantic, floaty, and stash busting. I'm not sure it's my favorite silhouette on me. Verdict is still out on that, but the eyelet makes it feel special and summery. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you can follow along with the rest of my 90-day challenge. The second project I worked on this week was the Closet Core Crew Quartz dress. It has such a unique, chic design, simple but modern, and meant to be a quick sew. The sleeves are cut on, so there's no setting them in, and the dress is designed without zippers or closures. It comes in 2 lengths, above the knee or below. I went with the shorter above the knee version. I started this dress earlier this year, but abandoned it when the neck facing turned out kind of crummy. This week, I finally unpicked it and finished the neckline with yellow bias binding I had on hand. Unfortunately, when I tried it on, I realized my head was too big for the opening. I swear, I have a Muppet head. To fix it, I added a lace-style zipper at the back. I had both white and yellow, but the yellow didn't match the binding, so I went with white. I had to look up how to install this kind of zipper, but it turned out to be pretty easy. After that, I gave the sleeves and hemline a simple finish and called it done. It really didn't take long, and I wish I'd finished it a lot sooner because it's super cute. That's week 2 of my 90-day wardrobe challenge. Sewing has its bumps for me. U-necks, stubborn elastic, forgotten whips, but every project teaches me something new and every finish feels like progress. Next week, I'll be tackling more sewing projects that are new, more whips, and maybe a complete cleanup and makeover of my sewing room. We'll see how much I get to actually. Thanks for following along, and I'll see you then.